Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another night of PASSIM streams. My name is Matt Smith. I'm from Club PASSIM. We've been putting on live streaming events nightly since we were closed down back on March 12th. We're in our fourth month of this, believe it or not. I want to tell you a little bit about Club PASSIM. As you may know, PASSIM has been around now for over 60 years in Harvard Square. We're a small 110-seat venue, but we also run a music school. We have outreach programs, a Celtic Fest called CM. We have a music fund, which gives grants to artists for their projects. And back when the pandemic first started, we opened up something called the PASSIM Emergency Artist Relief Fund, where we raised $125,000 for artists out of work. That fund is going to be opening up again on July 1st, so keep an eye out on passim.org/pairfund, where you'll find information on that when it reopens. And you're going to find information on our spring fundraising campaign, which is called PASSIM Persists. PASSIM Persists. And what is that about? It is about us raising money to continue to be able to operate like this virtually, but also making sure that we're able to keep the doors open once we are able to get folks back in the room again. Watch our schedule for a couple of streaming shows from the club over the next several months. But please make sure you tune in here live on our Facebook and YouTube pages, because that's where you're going to find information about these shows. You can make donations for this show at passim.org/stream, but if you want to make a donation to PASSIM and become a member, which is such an important thing right now, as we are, like I said, we're in our fourth month of shutdown. If you make a donation at passim.org/support, become a member of PASSIM and help make sure PASSIM persists on throughout the years now. Like I said, we've been around for over 60 years in Harvard Square, and we want to be around for generations to come. So please be part of making that happen. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Starting tomorrow, we're going to have our PASSIM Persists Festival, where a lot of great acts are going to be playing in the round shows every day for the next 7 days. We're going to kick off tomorrow with Zachariah Hickman, Aoife O'Donovan, Dar Williams, and Katie Jones. We've got Pamela Means coming in, Vance Gilbert, Ellis Paul, Bruce Molsky, Margaret Glaspie, a lot of your favorite artists, and some newcomers to you as well. So keep tuned in for the next 7 nights through the end of the month with all of our PASSIM Persists Festival. And tonight, we have an old friend of the club that has been playing at the club since he was in college, believe it or not. It was when he first came and played at PASSIM. And we are thrilled to be presenting him here tonight. Please welcome David Berkeley.
All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing out there? Thanks, Matt. Thanks, great Club PASSIM for hosting me. What a strange way to host me. I'm like 2,500 miles away from you, but I feel very close to you tonight. So thanks for having me, and thanks for tuning in. Let's get started here. I'm in Taos, New Mexico. I've finally made it back to New Mexico. It's been quite a journey. I want to start with a song called "Broken Crown," which is it's really a song about survival and about comforting those who need help. Sweeping all the leaves up off the step, you found a ribbon and tied it in your hair. It was just like the ones you used to wear when you were younger. Turned all you touched to jewels. Oh, I think that's the same thing you still do. Oh, I think that's exactly what you do. But all these pieces of a broken crown, they're on the ground. Whoa, and you know I'll never let you go, I won't let you go. From so high to so low. And lately I've been noticing the light in the morning, my body next to you. Well, I wish that you could see it like I do, how you move me, turn me on and on. But the road's as hard as it is long. Well, the road's as hard as it is long, with all these pieces of a broken crown. They're on the ground. Whoa, and you know I'll never let you go. I won't let you go. From so high to so low. So high to so low. And look at all the washed up on the shore from all the shipwrecks. Sea glass like sapphires, the gold and driftwood. But now all the fog is gone, and my love for you goes on and on. Kinda like the breeze blows, kinda like the tide pulled by the moon. So come on girl, sing me that old tune. Oh, come on girl, sing me that old tune. Let's leave these pieces of a broken crown on the ground. Oh, and you know I'll never let you go. I won't let you go. From so high to so low. From so high to so low. From so high to so low. All right. Thanks everybody. Wow. So I'm in Taos, like I said. I'm not actually fully home. Our house in Santa Fe is still rented out. When we left for Madrid about a year ago, we neglected to put a pandemic clause in the lease. And so we're not actually able to get back into our house for another 2 or 3 weeks. And so we've been kind of on the run from house to house, relying on the kindness of strangers. And right now we're staying in a beautiful home in Taos overlooking the mesa that is the house of our friends Yuki and Chris. So here's to you guys if you're watching. But there was a big hailstorm about an hour ago, and it seems to have knocked the internet out of the house. So I had this stage set up in front of the Kiva fireplace. It was very New Mexican, and I thought pretty cool, well lit, real quiet. But then no internet. And so I had to knock on the door of a neighbor who I just met only because he brought some currants over to us today to give to the kids who really like currants. And I had to knock on the door and ask him if I could poach his internet from outside his house, not going to go in the house because of the corona. And being the kind New Mexican that he is, he said, absolutely. So we've rigged up power out here, and I'm in this little alcove. It's very windy here, but I'm kind of tucked in, surrounded by a couple of adobe walls and a pinon tree, juniper, and trying to broadcast to you from here. I hope it's working. One thing I would like to say is I'm not seeing all of the comments that you're making. If you're making some comments on my Facebook page, So I can't quite see those. I think that to see those comments, you have to actually be watching from Club PASSIM's Facebook page, and then it'll show up in a way that I can respond to you. So I see a few comments here, but I do notice that some people who are watching from their own spots, like on my Facebook page, I don't see those comments. So don't feel bad if I don't respond. But I'm glad you're here. And like I said, if you pop over to Club PASSIM's Facebook page, then I will respond. Like I do see, I can say hi to Jeremy in Gunnison. Nice to see you there. And Janice, thanks for saying it sounds great. So you see, if you're over on PASSIM's Facebook page, then I'll hear you and I can respond. Otherwise, I don't know. That said, if you comment on the other Facebook pages, I will look at them later and then I'll write you back, but I'm not going to be able to, say hi in real time or honor any requests, which I may or may not have done otherwise. Hopefully it's sounding good. And if you hear any wind or birds, there's nothing we can do about that. Just imagine you're out here in the high desert with me. When you see the light shift, that's because there's like a passing cloud. There's nothing I can do about that either. It's been quite a journey getting here, and so I thought I would play you as a second song, a song called Setting Sail, which is from my record Cardboard Boat, and the accompanying book, The Free Brontosaurus, and it's a song about embarking on journeys and wanting to sort of get away, which is what we had to do in Spain not too long ago to get back here to America. Oh, I'm setting sail again. The seas are high, the winds are strong. Don't know how long I'll be gone, or if I will be back again. Oh, I guess that I was wrong. I need to see the open sky. It's not like I didn't try, but I know when it don't feel right, when it don't feel right. My heart is calm tonight, and the moon is burning bright. Yeah, my heart is calm tonight. Tell me, what is there left to lose? And what is it we're chasing here? It's a phantom fish I fear, and some things aren't worth the fight, aren't worth the fight. My heart is calm tonight, and the moon is burning bright. Yeah, my heart is calm tonight, and the moon is burning bright. There is a river running through my bones, straight toward the open sea. I wasn't meant to live on either shore. That's not the place for me. So I'm setting sail again. The seas are high, the winds are strong. Going back where I belong, where nothing's fixed or tied too tight, tied too tight. My heart is calm tonight, and the moon is burning bright. Yeah, my heart is calm tonight, and the moon is burning bright. Oh, my heart is calm tonight, My heart is calm tonight. My heart is calm tonight. All right. Thank you. Thank you. It feels very, very good to be back in New Mexico. It couldn't be prettier here right now. I'm wearing a hat that shows you a little bit of what the land kind of looks like. And that's real. We've been swimming in the Rio Grande, sometimes twice a day. This is actually where we came from, though. This is the skyline of Madrid. Not maybe as well known a skyline as some, but a skyline that I do miss. Oh, sorry about that. I think I just hit the mic. So I have a new record that when we got out of Madrid, we got out in a big hurry. We didn't want to leave, and we didn't think we had to leave until they closed down all the parks, and of course all the schools and the restaurants were already closed. But once they closed down the parks and the rules became clear that the kids weren't going to be able to actually even leave the apartment, which in fact our friends' kids were not allowed to leave their houses or apartments for 2 solid months. But once that became the reality, we made a very last-minute hard decision, and we got out of Madrid on one of the last commercial flights we were able to get on. And then we were living in Newport, Rhode Island, in the house of some friends we met in Madrid, very kind people, Jen and Lewis, and really grateful to them. We thought we were going to just stay there for 2 weeks. We stayed there for 2 months. And while I was there, I wrote a new album. And, that was at a time where everything felt really charged. This was before we all got aware of how terrible our racism problem was. And we were in this kind of strange world where everything was moving very slow and everything was quiet and people were scared, but there was also a feeling of hope and a possibility that maybe we could look at this time as a chance to alter our course a little bit, And so the record is really about that moment of stillness, and things are falling from the trees now, but hopefully it won't rain again, because that would be a problem. The record is about trying to find the beauty and the light in that time that was difficult. And right as I was about to release it, the record was actually supposed to come out yesterday, but once the world changed yet again so drastically, I thought maybe it wasn't appropriate to release the record quite so soon. So officially the record is not going to come out until July 27th. That said, if you're still listening, one single, which I'm about to play for you, which is called Violet Baudelaire, came out today on Spotify and on iTunes. And also, because I had thought the record was going to come out yesterday, I had loaded it onto Bandcamp. You can see the link there now under me. And that on that site, I had promised that if you pre-ordered the record, you would get it delivered today or yesterday. So I'm honoring that, and so the record is actually out. So for you, by virtue of you being here, you can get it right now at that link. But most people who aren't on my live shows or don't know me personally like you all do won't be able to get it for another month. So check it out if you want. I'm real proud of it, and it captures such an intense moment in my family's life as we had just gotten out of Madrid. And, my kids sing on a song. My wife sings on 2 songs. I play ukulele on a song. I even tried to take a harmonica solo on a song. There are some other parts, like Jordan, my trumpet player, plays a little bit. Bill actually tried to play French horn on it. And, of course, my good man, Will Robertson in Atlanta, he produced it. So we kind of sent files to each other from afar. But most of it was written and recorded in this attic of this house that was given to us by some new friends. So this is Violet Baudelaire. Oh, to be in the heart of the land when the sign comes from above. And oh, to see in the heart of a man when he gathers all he loves. When he gathers all he loves. what's the game if we all will lose? Tell me, what have we turned into? And could you change, and what would you choose when the hardest parts come true? When the hardest parts come true. Has the world gone crazy, or just weary of us? Has the world gone crazy, or just weary of us? We've lost your trust. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. To be with Violet Baudelaire before the smoke rose and filled the sky. And oh, to tie a ribbon in her hair, tell her all will be just fine. And oh, to find a castle in the air and hold her trembling hand in mine. Hold her trembling hand in mine. Hold your trembling hand in mine. Okay, thanks. You know, as I sing that song, what it really is about is you know, the challenge right now of trying to comfort our children in this time, because it's so hard to know what to say to them because we don't know ourselves. And I read that Lemony Snicket series to both of my boys. There's 13 books in that series, so it's a large part of my life for a while. And you know, one thing after another happens to those poor kids, and somehow that came back to me when I was thinking about this time. I want to say a little bit about Club PASSIM right now, because you can, of course, donate. You are requested to donate. I think that they suggest you give $20 for this show. I don't know if I'm worth that, but PASSIM is worth that. Club PASSIM really is where I got my start, and where so many musicians got their start and continue to find a home. And that's so much to do with the community of volunteers and staff, wonderful staff there, headed, of course, by the great Matt Smith, who has been there for so many years and has been so wonderful to so many musicians. But you know, I went to school at Harvard, and I at that point was kind of where I started playing, and I was not nearly good enough to play on the stage at Club PASSIM, so I would play outside Club PASSIM, mostly for the Border Cafe line that was always outside that alley, and hope that people would give me money. But I also had this other hope that maybe someone loading into Club PASSIM would hear me and find me and bring me down and say, you know what, son, you should be on this stage, not out here. That never happened, but years later I was able to get a show there, and really it was one of my first shows ever where I consider myself to be a musician, and it's continued to be a place that I just love to come back to. So if you give any money that you give, it gets split down the middle, half to me and half to the great Club PASSIM. One of the things that is so scary about this time is how our small businesses, and particularly for me, how the small music venues are going to survive. And in PASSIM, it would be such a tragedy if PASSIM and many clubs like PASSIM weren't able to make it. So in my heart, PASSIM persists, and I hope in your heart as well. And for those of you who have been there, you know, and for those of you who haven't, hopefully at the end of this, it'll still be open, and you can go and see for yourself what a wonderful place it is. The first time I played at PASSIM, I was living in New York City, and I drove up from New York City. We crossed the Willis Avenue Bridge. We got into Cambridge, and we played the show. And so here's the Willis Avenue Bridge. She's driving home Sunday morning with the heat turned up, the windows rolled down to the edge. Yesterday snowed for the first time. Now no one's on the Willis Avenue Bridge. Used to be a hard merge. Used to be a hard merge. She's thinking back on New York City. The first boy she kissed, the first boy that she crossed. Now everybody's in their 20s. Look who got married, look who's lost. Used to be a heartbreak. Used to be a heartbreak. She used to be a heartbreak. And the fall of 100 things. The hint of an opening. On days like this, it's hard to pull over. It's hard to hold all of the memories in her mind. She tries to readjust the rear view, so no one has to ever fall far behind. Used to be much harder. Used to be much harder. She used to be much harder. And the fall of 100 things. The hint of an opening. Yeah, the fall of 100 things. The hint of an opening. With all the glass in New York City, it should be harder to hide, not so hard to find your way back home. Well, they can take back all their pity. It's not a one-way ride, nowhere to hold on, no going home, nowhere to slow down, nowhere to slow down, nowhere to slow down. Yesterday snowed for the first time. No one's on the Willis Avenue Bridge. No one's on the Willis Avenue Bridge. No one. No one. Used to be a hard merge. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, that song we can dedicate retroactively to Darlington, who was we miss. All right, good. I see Janice. Yeah, well, I honored your request without even hearing it. And hey, Alec, George Square request. Okay, well, maybe I can work that in. Hi, Abby. Sweet Auburn. You know, I don't know that I'm gonna get that in tonight. This afternoon. I'm sorry about that. I will. I'll try to get it on a future one. And hi to Texas, Jessica, Alex. Yeah, I can't wait for you to hear the new album too. Right. So, like I said earlier, though, if you're making posts on the Facebook page, yeah, I can't. I don't see those. So you have to pop over to the PASSIM page, and then I'll see them. So if I'm ignoring you, that's why. I don't mean to ignore you. I care deeply about you, and I'm grateful that you're watching on my page. But if you post your comment on the PASSIM page, I'll see it. Okay, I want to play a song that that I wrote in Harvard Square, because technically this is a Harvard Square show. Actually, I'm going to still use this. And so, right now when I think about the river, I think about the Rio Grande, which is an incredible river. Seeing rivers in the desert, it really shows you and teaches you how important rivers are, because this land is very dry out here, and there's not much that can thrive and live. And then you get a river that just cuts through the land, and there's cottonwoods, and there's green, and there's birds, and there's animals, and bighorn sheep, and so it's lovely. This song mentions a river, but it's actually talking about the Charles, which is also a lovely river, and kind of the river that I fell in love beside. So this is a song about moving. It's a song about aging. It's a song about young love and old love, and it's a song that I don't play too much, but it's called Boxes, and it's, you know, a song that means a lot to me right now because we've been moving so much. There's Jordan really likes when I mention, which I really rarely do, that I went to Harvard, but he seems to joke that it's the first thing that I say when I meet someone, and then I like to correct him and say, no, that I went to Hartford. Did you think I went to Harvard? No, Hartford. Yeah, Matt, we were talking. It was a Dan Burns story, wasn't it, about some kind of dollar pennies? And I don't really remember what the idea was either, but it was very, very funny. Yes, pennies, Matt. See, there we go. Anyway, if you guys will stop interrupting me, I can play this song. Yeah, this is on my second record, After the Wrecking Ships. Now the kids have all grown old, no more grass stains on their big dreams. Now we pack it all, it seems, in these boxes. All these boxes, all these boxes, they get in my way like our big dreams. Where will they go? Remember when you said hello in your blue jeans and your long hair? We went walking everywhere by the river. You were trembling. You were trembling when I said to you, let me kiss you and your big dreams. 20 years or so it seems, that's a long time. What a long time. And now we pack it all, it seems, in these boxes. All these boxes. All these boxes, they get in my way like our big dreams, like our old bones. Lately there's been ghosts, I know I can't see them. Help me see them. Well, I guess we'll pack the ghosts as well and move on now, and move west now with our big dreams all in boxes. Oh, our dreams, they aren't quite as big as our boxes. She was walking across George Square in the rain, and I was high, I was so high in a plane. I was trying to see through the clouds. I was looking for places we'd been, like a sign, like a sunburst, like the letters in your name. No, girl, don't change your hair for me now. I am on your side. No, girl, don't hide your hands from me now. I am on my way down. Oh, she was walking quite slowly all alone, and all the lights in the windows were aglow. But the statues, they were so silent, with the rain splashing their heads. How glad I wanted to tell her that I would always be there. So no, girl, don't change your dress for me now. I am on your side. No, girl, don't hide your hands from me now. I am on my way down. I am on your side. Jordan would play a really beautiful trumpet solo right now. And and surprise everyone with his tenderness. And then I would remind people that he was capable of playing very loudly, even though he was playing quite quietly right then. We were back in George Square when the rain gave way. There's something in how the spring comes so suddenly. And the dress she wore was yellow, and the rain was in her hair. How bad I wanted to tell her that I would always be there. So no, girl, don't change, please don't change. I am on your side. No, girl, don't hide your heart from me now. I am on my way down. I am on your side. I'll be on your side. All right, thank you. And hi, Marie from Scotland, from Glasgow. That she and her husband loom large in the story behind that song. Speaking of which, just to plug yet another product, during the quarantine, in addition to recording and writing this new record, I finally recorded the audiobook version for 140 Goats and a Guitar. And that tells the stories behind all the songs on Some Kind of Cure, of which George Square is one of them. So if you're into audiobooks, you can pop over to Audible or iBooks when we're done here, and you can check it out. I read the whole book, and I wrote a new intro to it that tries to, convince you of why it is relevant to read now, even though I wrote it a decade ago. So that was Boxes into George Square. I see there's a couple other requests. Angelina, Lisa, that's a great call, because that, of course, mentions where Club Passim is. I will try to play that. And I recognize we only have 20 minutes, which is unfortunate, and most of it is because I've been talking so much. Fire Sign, I see that request. I wasn't planning on playing that, but maybe I can try to. I had a couple others in mind that I was hoping to get to, but let's see. Okay, well, let's do the Faded Red and Blue. I want to play you this slightly political or very political song right now, which is the title track on my last record, The Faded Red and Blue. And I'm not going to talk about politics, though. I'm just going to let the song sort of speak for itself. But this also is a song about accepting and supporting the stranger and showing love to people who aren't like us. And it's a spirit that I do hope we carry through November. Let me tune a little bit. So thanks again for being here. If you tuned in late, I'm squatting, stealing the Wi-Fi from a neighbor's house who I literally just met, because we're not at our home. So this neighbor is the neighbor of the house that we're squatting in right now. And I'm really grateful to Steve. I don't even know his last name, but I'm really grateful to Steve for allowing me to poach the power and the Wi-Fi so that I can sing to you from outside. And when you hear the wind, that's the Taos, New Mexico wind, the legendary Taos wind. And when you see things falling, those are the juniper berries and leaf fall coming down. And thanks for being here, Stephanie. Father, I think I'll try to close with that. So I think that'll probably, between what I'm going to do now and the requests we've gotten, that'll probably take us to the end here. Again, you can donate to Club Passim right now. We split the money half-half, and that way you're supporting me and you're supporting the great Club Passim. Have you seen the flag laid out, the faded red and blue? One star missing, edges torn, it barely made it through. If we believe the promise in the fabric still holds true, then we must be a harbor for the weak and weary too. I know your heart beats, I do. My heart beats just like you. Once I saw the Grand Canyon, it snowed upon the edge. You were there beside me, you cried and then you said, Deep inside this great divide, I know God isn't dead. Call it what you will, spirit or soul, or love instead. I know broken hearts can mend, and hardened hearts can bend. See, I'm now a father of 2 boys, I love them so. With open arms and open hearts and minds, I hope they grow. And may we leave a world to them that's sacred, not all sold. Remembering where we came from and where we're all bound to go. Oh, my heart.
Well, folks, it seems at the moment that David's poached Wi-Fi might be acting up, so we'll give it a minute here and see if he shows back up into the stream. Hopefully we'll be able to get him on for a last couple of songs. We do appreciate you being here, tuned in for these PASSIM Streams shows. We've been presenting shows just about 7 nights a week. Occasionally we will have something cancel at the last minute, but we're trying to get some music out there for you every night of the week. Jordan, I am not going to play something for you. That would be a terrible disaster. I'll try to do one of David's songs. That'll be great. It'll be a great opportunity for people to see something terrible. So we're hoping that David back in a moment. As I said before, we are in the last couple of days of or last week of our PASSIM Persists fundraising effort here for the fiscal year end, for the end of June, and we are really looking to all of you for support right now as we remain closed indefinitely, as the state is not allowing concert venues to reopen again, and even so, we want to make sure that when we do, that we do it safely with everyone's safety in mind. So please do hang out. Oh, looks like we may have our friend back here. Let's get another couple songs from David Berkeley.
Sorry, everybody. There was a bolt of. Can you hear me? Am I there? There was a bolt of lightning, and then it went out, which I wasn't expecting, and I apologize. Hopefully you're still there. I hear thunder in the distance, but well, you missed the end of that song. I'm not going to go back to it because I want to try to get through as much as we can now that we don't know how long we will last. But hey, it's a good lesson for us all. You know, we don't know how long we'll last, so let's enjoy it while we can, and let's give generously to PASSIM before we lose our connection again. Here's Fire Sign. Nope. There it is. Nope. Should have told me. Seemed like an ordinary day. Everything seemed to be okay. they deceive you. And these are the lessons that you learn. Nobody hears, no one's concerned. One day you're near and then you burn. Here is a photograph, what do you see? I'm sorry, it's just me. Oh, in the aftermath, it's hard to breathe and harder to believe. They deceive you. And these are the scars you never show. She is a fire sign, you know. One day you're near and then you go. Here is a photograph, what do you see? I'm sorry, it's just me. Oh, in the aftermath, it's hard to breathe and harder to believe. Even just a sound, and all your cards are down. Even just a sound. Let me lay you down, don't have to make a sound. I would lay you down, and it surrounds you. And these are the scars you never show. She is the fire sign, you know. One day you're near and then you go. One day you're near and then you go. One day you're near and then you go. All right. Thanks. So I'm glad you're still with us. I like Jordan's request for Matt to play one. I'm assuming that that happened while I was sorting out the lightning rod on the roof and making sure we were safe and back connected. I think I'm probably going to do two more, maybe three, but probably just two more, and they're both going to be requests. So this is Father, Father, which was requested. It's actually called To the Sea, and it's from my record Cardboard Boat. And you know, I'm trying to play a lot of songs these days that are about hope and about you know, reconciliation, and this song is about a father and a daughter who got estranged from each other, and they find each other again. That's what the story is about that goes behind the song in my book, and that's what the song is about. And so many of us are now disconnected, even though we're connected like this. And so I so look forward to the time when we can all be together. I would really like to see my parents. I'd really like to see my nephews. I'd really like to see so many of my friends. I'd really like to sing in person for you all, because while this is nice, it is not. It's not the same. What I really want to do is go and play at Club PASSIM when this is all over. So let's think about that. And this is called To the Sea. Father, 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 I am coming home. Open up the gates, please let me in. Everybody needs a way to start again. Oh, I've been on a road not always kind. Yes, it's been a long, hard climb. It's actually started to rain a little bit just now, which normally I really would welcome here. It's not the best timing right now. So Father, 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 lay your hand in mine. Oh, everybody needs a place to lean. Yeah, you and me both, it seems. So let it be like the leaves on the trees. They come back in the spring, go to green. Or let it be like the stream full of rain. It comes back eventually to the sea. It comes back eventually to the sea. Tell me, will we ever reach the promised land? There's nothing we can do to change the past. Will we ever get to say we're free at last? Oh, don't you know the war's over and done? I'm pretty sure more lost than won. So let me be like the leaves on the trees. They come back in the spring, go to green. Or let it be like the stream full of rain. It comes back eventually to the sea. It comes back eventually to the sea. So Father, 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 I am coming home. Oh, everybody needs a place to lean. Yeah, you and me both, it seems. So let me be like the leaves on the trees. They come back in the spring, go to green. Or let it be like the stream full of rain. It comes back eventually to the sea. Oh, I found my way back to you. Please find your way back to me. Oh, I found my way back to you. Please find your way back to me. Please find your way back to me. Please find your way back to me. Father, 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 I am home. Thank you. Thank you. And hi, Matthew and Galen and Emma and Mary. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, I bet you can see these clouds. It rained so hard earlier. It thunderstormed so hard that it knocked our internet at home, as I said. So I'm poaching the internet of a kind stranger right now. And just to give you an idea of what it does sometimes here when it rains, I was in the car when it happened and I couldn't see through the window because of the rain. So I rolled down my window to look to see if I could pull out of the gravel road that we're living along. And I got hit in the face with a piece of hail that almost knocked me out. Took me about 5 minutes to recover and get the nerve up to just bolt out onto the interstate. I don't actually think it's an interstate. I think it stays in New Mexico, but onto the 68. So thank you all for tuning in. I think this is going to be my last song, but we'll see. I lost you for a little bit, so maybe I'll make it up with one more, although this is kind of a fitting one to end with. You know, and again, if you're watching on my Facebook page, I don't see those posts, so you'll have to bounce over to Passim to comment. I'll check the posts out later, and I'll respond. But I can't help you with requests or talk back to you, so that's why I've been ignoring you. And again, this concert is to support me and to support Club Passim. And as I said earlier, Passim is in the midst of a big fundraiser. Passim is a beautiful small venue in Cambridge, Massachusetts, one of the first venues that I ever played. And we have to really work hard as a collectivity to support a lot of independent businesses, but definitely the music venues out there, because we don't want a world without music venues. That would be a dull, sad place. And as I said earlier, also, I've got a brand new record out. It's not really out until July 27th, but you can get it now because you're here on my Bandcamp page. There it is. It's so great to have an assistant working with me. My kids are not as reliable as that. I do think that if it got real bad, I would ask them to stand and cover me with a tarp or something. I don't think we actually have an umbrella because we only have the things we brought back from Madrid with us. But they're not here because they're down the road at the house that we're actually living in. So I can't even get to them to hold an umbrella. Yeah, this does feel like a bigger adventure of streaming than most of us are used to. But look, if this is the new normal, then this is what we're going to have to deal with out here in the high desert. So this last song is called Angelina. And thank you again for being here. I've been David Berkeley. If you don't follow me on Facebook, follow me on the Instagram. We can stay in touch and take a look at the Bandcamp page for my new record. And then, on Spotify, you can get the single out right now, Violet Baudelaire, which I played earlier. Thanks again to Matt and Club Passim. I'm very grateful for you guys, and I'm very grateful to all of you who have been here listening. So thank you. Angelina with those eyes, those bangs, those blues. Please don't ever lose the way you see, just because they disagree. Angeline, please don't change your mind now. Somehow the wise man got delayed. Some things were lost along the way. And what is left to say? It's been a good day. Angelina, so surprised to find me there, back in Harvard Square, right where we met. And all those cigarettes between. Angeline, I hope you don't regret me. But after the leaves were swept away, some things were lost along the way. And what is left to say? It's been a good day. What is left to say? It's been a good day. Angelina, take a drive with me. We'll see America unfold in gold, in green, and all those empty roads between. Angeline, it seems they've been laid down for for us. But what of the rust along the way? After it all, I wish you'd stay. And what is left to say? It's been a good day. What is left